I think the Cabinet Secretary for Trade has been misled by cartels who have existed in this country for a while, Mr. Speaker, that farmers in maize-producing counties, Mr. Speaker, are hoarding maize at the expense of Kenyans who are suffering from hunger, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the farmers are not hoarding maize. In fact, we are in a season of harvesting, Mr. Speaker, and as the maize is being harvested, it is being sold to traders who are distributing across the country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, there are traders from Kitui, there are traders from Isiolo, there are traders from Marsabit and Samburu buying maize to take to those famine-stricken counties, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the importation of maize that is sanctioned during harvest, Mr. Speaker, is meant to impoverish the farmers who have already suffered major losses, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Cabinet Secretary must be reminded that the situation we are facing of low productivity is as a result of bad politics, Mr. Speaker, in the agriculture sector, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as we may recall, the farmers in this country were not given any subsidized fertilizer, Mr. Speaker, to enable them produce food at an affordable cost, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, therefore, it cannot be expected that the farmers are going to sell their produce at a lower price when the cost of production, Mr. Speaker, was very high. Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that some statements from the Cabinet Secretary are in a manner that is meant to incite the farmers against other citizens of this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, that importation must be stopped or deferred until the maize in the country, Mr. Speaker, is mopped up. Mr. Speaker, I don't understand the rationale of importation of maize. I've checked the prices globally, Mr. Speaker, and even the so-called GMO maize, Mr. Speaker, will land in Mombasa at a cost of 5,200 by a 90 kg bag of maize. If you add the logistical support required to transport that maize and avail in the areas that is required, Mr. Speaker, the price will go to 5,800. Mr. Speaker, our farmers would be very happy in this country if the National Cereals and Produce Board even opened those stores at a cost of 5,500 per bag, Mr. Speaker. I can tell you farmers will be ready to deliver their maize. In any case, the farm price, the farm gate price we are selling our maize now, Mr. Speaker, is between 4,800 to 5,300, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, there is need to support farmers in this country. Worldwide, Mr. Speaker, farmers are given subsidies to produce because farming in itself cannot be profitable and affordable, and the cost of food cannot be affordable without giving subsidies to the farmers. Mr. Speaker, I would also like the committee to find out what happened with the strategic food reserves that we used to have in this country. Who changed the policy from storing food in the stores to keeping money in the accounts, Mr. Speaker? And that is why we found ourselves in a sorry situation, because all the NCBB stores are empty, because a bad policy was put in place that has messed up the strategic food reserves in this country.